This is a Swift Corniche 15.2, just going to take you around the van, show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake, and your ATC. We'll take you through these in person here on site. In the front locker you have your gas regulator on the bulkhead, where on this particular van you can fit two gas pipes at the same time, one either side. And then you can have two bottles connected, so you need two bits of pipe and two gas bottles to be able to make that work. The gas valve itself is very simple to use. You basically spin the dial round on the front here. So you've got the arrow pointing towards the opposite bottle, or the one that you want to use, as you can see. So this arrow just needs to be pointing at the bottle and your gas system will work as normal. And again, you've got your two gas bottle tie downs there for your two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles. Either side of the van at the front, you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. So you'd only have these down to stabilise the van. Like I said, you wouldn't use it for lifting the caravan, as it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan if you lifted the van up with these. You've then got your Truma heating and hot water vent on the side of the caravan. That is very simply there to allow the hot air, the gas, if you're using it on gas, the gas system to breathe. It does get extremely hot when it's in use, so please don't put anything against it while you're using it or touch it, as like I said, it does get hot. You've then got your water pump connection. Very simply, you pull back the blue trigger just here at the bottom, pull that back and release it from the side of the caravan, and you push it into the side of the caravan to get the pump connected. You've then got your pickup pipe that drops down inside the aqua roll itself. We've connected the battery up just to demonstrate the motor mover. Once you're here on site, you do need to make sure with a Swift caravan that you have got a battery on it at all times, because it can actually cause problems with the control panel inside if you don't have it connected. You've then got your battery box where it sits into, and your mains power lead coming out the side of the van that connects to the power on site, and behind there you've also got your motor mover power switch also. You've then got two fridge vents. The two fridge vents are very simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. On the top right hand side of this one, as you see, there is also a gas flue when the fridge is running on gas. The motor mover and wheel nuts. The motor mover will demonstrate while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting prior to the van leaving. Coming towards the back of the van, you've got your two grey waste pipes. So you'll pull these caps down, then you'll put your two grey waste pipes into these larger diameter holes on the side of the caravan and drop them down inside the waste master itself. One of them will be for the sinks and one of them will be for the shower. You've then got your toilet flush tank. So you put your key in, open this up, and it will take 3.5 litres of water for the flush tank itself and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Then in the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, so you pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out so you can tip the waste away, and there is a grey measure here also for the pink and the blue fluid. On the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so if you do tip the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the rear of the caravan on either side you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the van again. Like I said, they are just there for stabilising and not lifting. On the side of the caravan, you've also then got your 3-pin socket. So your 3-pin socket is essentially there to allow power to come out the side of the van. If you have mains power connected, you can use it for powering a fridge or something, or your awning lights, for instance. Next locker along, you've got your TV bracket, where again you've got another power point, and you've got your TV bracket that pulls out the side of the van, so you can have a telly in your awning. Then got your storage locker for underneath the front seating area, and your barbecue gas point, and your last of your wind down legs on this front corner. Going inside the caravan now, the first thing you need to do is come over to the power supply underneath the seat, turn on your master switch. So you've got master power here. It's off when it is popped, when it's raised, and when it is down the power is on. On the right hand side you've got your reverse polarity switch, your charger, which we advise you leave on at all times, and your heating and hot water main power source, so you need to have that on also. You've then got your 12 volt fuses and your 240 trip switches in this side. Now, to test whether you've got power coming into the caravan or not, we do advise, if you've got mains power connected to the caravan, hit the test switch. If this switch trips down, as it has just done, that will indicate there is mains power coming into the caravan. If when you press the test switch it doesn't trip and it stays in the position here, it means there is no power coming from the site you are on into the caravan itself. With your 12 volt fuses and your 240 fuses, there is actually a list on the bottom of the door just here, on the door that drops down at the front here, indicating what each of the fuses and the 240 trip switches are for. Once you've got power on down there, you can come over to your main control panel. You can hit the power button on the main control panel above the door. And as you can see, that has now come on. You've then got your awning light at the top here, your internal dimming lights on this switch just here. And then you have the rest of your internal lighting on this switch here. At the bottom, you can actually change the dimming level. So as you can see, them front lights, as I hit the power button or the adjust button, will change brightness. They're essentially mood setting lights, but you just do that by hitting the arrow in the centre here. So it adjusts the dim level of them particular lights. Once you have all your power on, you're going to want to fill the water system on board the caravan. So you're first of all going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan and make sure the yellow drain down valve is parallel with the floor. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, then that's actually in the drain position, so any water on board the van will drain straight out of the caravan onto the floor underneath. Like I said, always make sure it's parallel with the floor before you fill the system up. At that point, you come back over to your control, come over to every tap on board the caravan. Open all the taps up on the hot side. As you can see, I've already filled the system on this particular van. Once all the taps are open on the hot side, you can then come over to your control panel above the door again, hit your water pump, and the water system will start filling up. Now, for some reason, it's telling me that the water level on board the van is low, even though the water system is full. So you've let this stop bleeping, because what that's actually for is to let us know that the onboard water tank is empty. However, this particular caravan doesn't have that feature. It just has the hot water tank rather than an onboard water storage tank. So you do just ignore this and it will turn off in a few moments time. Once the water system is full and you've got water coming out of every tap on board the caravan, you shut all of the taps back off, let the pump turn off, which will take about 5 to 10 seconds. As you can hear, the pump's just turned off. Then a few seconds later, that bleeping noise for the water level low will actually stop completely. Once you've got the water system full, you can actually start warming the water on board the caravan. Now that is what this control panel is just for here, onto the left hand side of the main control panel. So you press the central button, and what you have here is the option to heat the inside of the caravan. So you spin the dial to the temperature you want the caravan to be, for instance all the way up to 30 degrees, or in this case I'm going to turn it off for now. But to set the temperature, you press the button in and that will set the temperature for warming the caravan up to. Across to the right here you have your water temperature, so you'll press the central button and then you have 3 options. You've got eco, hot and boost for when you're showering on board the van. Now obviously if you want to boost the water system, it is a time boost, it's around half an hour. So you press the button in, and as you can see, it is now coming up with water boost at the top of the screen. So as you're showering, the water will continue to heat up. So you've got your heating internally, and then your hot water. We spin the dial round to the right again, to the gas bottle and the electric symbols. We can select the power source the caravan is going to use for heating the hot water and the heating system on board the van. So you've got gas on its own, which will self-ignite as long as the gas bottle's turned on. You hit the central button to set it. Mix 1, 1000 watts of gas, and mix 2, 2000 watts of electric, and gas at the same time, or mix 1, which is 1000 watts and gas at the same time. Electric 1, solely electric, heating the caravan on its own on 1000 watts, and you also have the same option but on 2000 watts. If we spin the dial to the end, the fan symbol just here, we can actually turn on the fans on board the caravan. So because I haven't got any heating turned on at the moment, let me just go back to there. We can then come across to the fans. And you've got eco or high for the fan system. So you've got eco, high, depending on what you want to set it to. Obviously on the high, the fan system will be a lot more powerful than if it's on the eco. So that's basically your blown air heating. If I turn that back off again, the fans will automatically turn back off. On the bottom of this control panel, you have timers for your heating and hot water systems. You have an option to set the clock on the control panel, and you have some advanced options. For all three of these, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. So that is your heating and hot water. Next up on board the caravan, we have the fridge. To turn the fridge on, you've got the power button here on the left hand side. As you can see, it's already turned on. You've got your mains power, and you can control the temperature on mains, power or gas for the fridge on the thermometer button on the right hand side. If it fails to ignite on gas when you're trying to ignite it, it will actually flash the red warning light on this side, and also this blue light behind the flame symbol will also start to flash at the same time. That is essentially letting you know it has failed to ignite. If it does fail to ignite, I'm just going to turn it off there so it doesn't try and ignite anymore. But if it does fail to ignite, what we advise is go over to the hob and make sure the gas bottle's turned on. Get the gas through to the hob, because that's the last point on the gas system. Ignite that up. Once you've got gas through there, you come back over to the control panel on the fridge on the gas option. Press and hold the button on the right hand side with the warning triangle on it, and that will actually allow the igniter to restart if it has failed to ignite on its first attempt. You've then got 12 volt mode. So the 12 volt mode is simply there to allow you to run the fridge as a cool box when you're travelling down the road. So essentially, if you're connected to the car and you've got the right connections on the car, the fridge will turn into a cool box, meaning the beer and wine when you arrive on site is nice and cold. Turn the fridge off, you'll press and hold the power button and the fridge will turn back off. Microwave, hob and grill all work very much like your household appliances. Just remember, the microwave will only work on 240 volt mains, and the same with the electric ring on the hob itself. Going into the bathroom now, the last thing we go through on this particular van is the toilet system. So on the toilet itself, you have an electric flush. You have a toilet full indicator light for the toilet waste cassette on board the van. This will illuminate red when that waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself does actually turn for your convenience to allow the waste to, so you can actually get comfortable there. And to allow the waste into the cassette underneath the van, you need to make sure this grey waste handle is open. If this toilet seat is turned or the waste flap is open when you try to remove the cassette, it will not allow you to do it because it has a lockout tab on it that stops it from being removed while it is in use. So you would need to make sure this flap is shut and back in this position, and the toilet is back in the position it's in now, rather than a turned position. If you have any further questions on the Swift Corniche 15.2, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We thank you for your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.